Open VMware Workstation. Click on this Linux one. Play virtual machine. Play virtual machine. Now press enter. Now here yesterday we have created the user Rahul. Rahul, if you want to enter directly as a root user, you click on not listed. Not listed. Then you have to enter the username. Here the username is root. I want to log in as a root. Now enter the password. The password yesterday we have set for root user. So you enter that password. Then press enter. Now here go to activities. Here there will be a terminal. Open this terminal. So here you are seeing the hash symbol. Hash symbol is the administrator, root user. If it is a dollar symbol, then he is the normal user. Now I have logged in as a root. Now we shall see some basic commands today. Now the first command is ls. So what is ls? So ls command is to list the contents of the directory. So if you want to know what is ls, you just go for man ls. So here it is showing that ls list the contents of the directory. Press Q. So now I am in home directory. So pwd indicates that where I am, print working directory. So I am working directory in /root. So in /root we are having these many contents, these many files. So list the contents of the directory. Is by using the ls command. So these are the contents of this directory. To clear the screen, type clear, clear the screen. Now what I will do is I will create my own directory, mkdir abcdef. So this is my directory. Now you type ls. So now you can see that there is a directory called abcdef. Now I will enter into abcdef. abcdef. Now you can type pwd, print working directory. Now where I am in /root /abcdef. Now you type ls. Nothing, no files are there. It is empty. Just now I have created. Now what I will do is I will create some files by using the touch command. Touch a.b a.txt. Now where is a.txt? A.txt is in the directory abcdef. Now type ls to see the contents of this directory abcdef. Now the contents of the directory is containing one file a.txt. Now again create one more file. Touch b.txt. Now spelling mistake, it is TYUCH. Touch b.txt. Now b.txt is created. Now to see the contents of this directory abcdef, type ls. So ls will display the contents of the directory. Now clear the screen. Now ls, how many files are there? 2 files we have created. Now again I will create one more file. Touch c.txt. So now how many files are there in a.abcdef directory? There are 3 files are there, a.txt, b.txt and c.txt. So ls command is used to list the contents of the directory. Your right side you can see in the PowerPoint presentation, ls is used to list the contents of the directory. Now here in this I just now I have created the text files. I can create the directory also by using this command mkdir. mkdir. I will create the directory as 1 by name 1. Now type ls. So what are the contents of abcdef now? abcdef is containing 3 files, 3 text files, a.txt, b.txt, c.txt, and 1 directory. You can see that the color is in blue. So blue color represents that it is a directory. ls minus f. ls with minus f option. With minus f option. So what it will display is, it will display differentiate between the normal files and the directory. Normal files and the directory. So here directory is represented by using the slash symbol. 1 slash. These are the normal text files. A.txt, B.txt, C.txt are the normal text files. Now I will go back to the root directory. cd dot dot. So now I am in the root directory. pwd. Now I am root. Now ls. So what are the contents of directory? The contents of directory are this one. This one. Now to represent, to differentiate between the directories and the files, now we have seen ls command. ls command. ls is used to list the directory contents. Directory contents. So if I use ls with minus f option, so we can differentiate the normal files with the directories. The directories are ending with a slash symbol. Slash symbol. So just ls is list the contents of the directory. ls minus f means the directories are appended with this slash symbol. Slash symbol represents this desktop is a directory, documents is a directory, a b c d e f is a directory. Now ls minus a with option a. So if I type ls, I am seeing only these many files in this directory. Which directory? Root directory, pwd, print working directory. So I am in the root directory. The root directory contents are these things. Now if I use minus a option with ls, minus a option with ls, I can see all the files. All the files means along with the hidden files. So now these files, so dot bash history, dot bash logout, dot bash profile, these are not present when I entered with only ls. When I used minus a option, now you are seeing the hidden files also. The hidden files are represented by using the starting symbol as dot. So dot config, dot csh, dot local, these are not present when I just entered ls command. So if you want to see the hidden files, all the files, then you have to use the minus a option along with ls. Minus a option. So here right hand side you can see in the PowerPoint presentation, ls minus a to display the hidden files along with the normal files and directories. Use the minus a as a parameter. So ls minus a. ls minus a. Now ls minus l. Now ls minus l. So what does this ls minus l do is long listing of the files. Long listing. Now if here I have typed ls minus a, so here it is displaying all the files along with the hidden files. Now what does this ls minus l displays? The output is details of the file. So a is a file which is having read write permission for the user, read permission for the group, read permission for the others. So we will be discussing this permission in detail later when I am explaining the permissions of the users, groups and others. Now here you can see that this is the blue color, A, B, C, D, E, F is a blue color. So blue color denotes this directory. The first letter symbol you can observe here, it is a D. So D represents it's a directory. So RWX, R means read permission, write permission and execute permission. RWX, this is for the user. There will be 3 types of users. One is user, this is group, this is others. So here a.c is the normal directory. So here it is a first symbol is minus. If first symbol is D means then it represents the directory. So here desktop, documents, downloads. You can see that first symbol is D. So D represents the directory. And the remaining 9 symbols Remaining 9 symbols will represent the permissions. Read, write, execute for user, read, write, execute for group, read, write, execute for others. We will be discussing permissions in detail later. So when it is created on April 21st. What is the time? 7:33. The file A is created. It is containing 67 bytes. Now documents. So it is size is 6 bytes. So details, if you want to see the details, you are using the ls command along with -l option, long listing of the file in detail. Now, filtering the listing output. I'll clear the screen. To clear the screen, we are using the command clear, clear. Now, filtering the listing output. Now, ls minus l, it will give the long listing of the contents of this directory. I am presently in the root directory. Now I want to see only the details of the one file like b1.txt. So what I will do is ls minus l b.txt. So here, one second, b1.txt, not b.txt, it is b1.txt. Now you can observe that it is displaying the information, the details of this only text file b1.txt, b1.txt. So here it is a minus means first letter minus means it's a normal file. It is not a directory. RW means read write. It is having read write permission for the user. Minus means it is not having execute permission. Now the second 3 letters, it is for the group. R means read. It is not having write and execute permission. It is for others. It is having root, read and no write, no execute permissions for others. So if you want to filter, ls minus l gives the details of all the files in this directory, in this root directory. Now I want to see the information about only a specific file. So now I will apply the filtering. Filtering means ls minus l. You type the file name ABCDEF. Now ABCDEF, it is containing 3 text files a.txt, b.txt, c.txt and one directory. So ABCDEF is containing 3 files and one directory. Now I will enter into ABCDEF directory. CD ABCDEF change directory. CD means change directory. Now where you are in the ABCDEF directory /root. Under root you have created one directory ABCDEF. Now you can type ls here. Now how many are there? A.txt is there, b.txt is there, c.txt is there, 1 is there. So if you use ls minus l along with this file name or directory name, it will display the contents of only the information about only this directory. Now I will type the normal file ls minus l a.txt. Now here you can see that it is displaying the information about only a.txt. The file name is a.txt. a.txt. So this is only about the file name. Now, so it is filtering. If you just type ls minus l, long listing of the files cd dot dot. Now I am in the root directory dot dot cd space dot dot takes to the previous directory. Now you can type pwd. You are in the root now. So ls minus l gives the long listing of the directory contents. If you want to see specific information about the file, now new a.txt. So now it will display the information about only new a.txt. Now ls minus l Linux. So Linux is not containing any file. Linux is not containing any file. So Linux here, Linux is a directory. Now I will enter into Linux, Linux, Linux. Now you type ls. So you are seeing no content. So that's why when I am in the root directory, when I entered this command ls minus l linux, so it is showing total 0. There are no files are there in Linux directory. Linux directory. Clear. So ls minus l gives the listing of contents of the directory in detail. If you want to see a specific detail contents of the detail, csam.c, it ls minus l csam.c. So it will display the information about only the csam.c text file. If you want to see the details about the directory, ls minus l abcdef. Now abcd is containing 3 text files and one directory. Now, how to create the files? To create the files, empty files, we are using the touch command. Touch, like for example, now where I am in the root directory. Now what I will do is I will enter into abcdef directory, cd change directory. Now where I am in /root /abcdef. Now ls, so a.txt, b.txt, c.txt, 1. So these are the files present in abcdef directory. Now I want to create a new empty file. So what I will do is I will use the command as touch d.txt. Now press enter. Now ls. Now you can see that there is a file by name d.txt. ls minus l. So now you can observe that d.txt is created. Now what is the size? The size is 0 bytes. Now if you want to create many files at the same time, e.txt, f.txt, g.txt. So 3 files. I am creating 3 files at a time. So by using the touch command. So touch is used to create the empty files. Now you can see ls minus l. So 3 files are created by name efg. Clear. So here to display who has logged into the system. Now who am I? So I am logged in as a root user. So if you want to know the details about the who am I command, you just go for man. Who am I? So print effective user ID. So the user ID, you are logged in with root user ID, then it is displaying as root. Q for quit. Go back to the directory. Now pwd. So pwd print the working directory. So presently in which directory I am working. So /root /abcdef pwd. So right side you can see in the PowerPoint presentation, print name of the current or working directory. So if you want to see the details of the pwd, you just type man pwd. So here you can see that print name of the current work or working directory. Print working directory. pwd means print working directory. Q, quit. Date command. Date. So date will display the current date. So removing the files, rm. Right side you can see that rm is used for removing the files or directories. Where I am pwd. I am presently in root directory. Now ls. So what are the contents of this directory? These are the files and some directories are there. Now I want to remove this file c.txt. So what I will do is rm c.txt. So here everybody is seeing the c.txt. Now I want to remove this file from this root directory. Now rmc.txt. Press enter. Now it is asking remove regular file, means yes or no. It is giving warning whether you want to actually remove c.txt or not. So y means yes, no means it will not delete. So y, I am pressing yes means it will delete. Now I am typing ls again. Now you can see that here c.txt is their earlier ls command. Here now present current ls command, it is not showing that c.txt. c.txt is removed from the directory. Now I want to delete this b1.txt. rm b1.txt. Now it is giving one warning whether you want to remove the regular file or not. So if I type no means it will not delete. Now you type ls. Now you can see that b1.txt it is present. It is not deleted because we have typed n. N means no, not delete. Now again I will delete rm b1.txt. b1.txt. Remove the file b1.txt from the directory, root directory. Press enter. Now I will press y. Y. Now it is deleted. Now you can type ls. Now b1.txt is not present in the directory. So rm remove the files or directories. Remove the files or directories. Now I have deleted the file. Now mkdir make directory. So now ls. So here we are seeing some of the files and some of the directories. Now I want to create a new directory. So new directory are created by using this command mkdir. So you can check man mkdir. So make directories. Mkdir is used to make the directories. Q for quit. Now I will create mkdir one directory. Press enter. Now again I will type ls. List the contents of the directory. Now here you can see that there is one directory, one dir. Here you can see that there is no directory by name one dir. In the next, after typing this command, after executing this command one dir, so here one directory is present. So you can see ls minus f. Now here you can see that one dir is a directory. So mkdir is used to create the directory. Now to create many directories, to create more than one directory, now we are using with minus p option. Like for example mkdir minus p. Here I want to create some directories. So red hat, inside red hat directory I want to create one more directory, CentOS. In that CentOS again I want to create one more directory. So here mkdir is used to create the directory. If you want to create a bulk of directories, you have to use the minus p option. It will create red hat directory. Inside red hat directory, CentOS directory will be created. Inside CentOS directory, Ubuntu will be created. Now press enter. Now ls. Now here you can observe that there is a directory by name red hat. In the previous output of ls, the red hat is not present. Just now I have created red hat. Now to see whether there is a CentOS inside the red hat, now enter into the red hat directory. cd change directory to red hat. Now I am in red hat directory. You can see here I am in red hat directory, or you can type that pwd. So I am in /root/red hat. Now here I said that inside red hat there is a one more directory, CentOS. Now you can see ls. So here you can see that there is a directory CentOS. Now enter into CentOS. Change directory to CentOS. cd means change directory. cd CentOS. Now you are in CentOS. Now you can observe here you are in the CentOS directory, or you can type pwd. So you are in /root. Under /root you are in Red Hat directory. Under Red Hat directory you are in the CentOS directory. Now under CentOS directory, I said that Ubuntu directory will be created as a subdirectory. Now type ls. Now you can see that there is a Ubuntu directory. Ubuntu directory. Now enter into Ubuntu directory. cd Ubuntu. Ubuntu directory. Now after Ubuntu, I have not given any subdirectories here. So if I type ls, it should be empty. So it should be empty. Or you can see that ls minus l. So total 0 files are there. 0 files are present in the Ubuntu directory because we have not created any subdirectories or any files inside the Ubuntu directory. So if you want to create more than one directory, we are using the -p option. mkdir -p under Red Hat CentOS directory is present. Under CentOS Ubuntu directory is present. So by using -p option, you can create bulk directories. Right side you can see that you can create directories and subdirectories in bulk if needed. So here the command is mkdir -p 123 123. So 3 is created inside 2, 2 is created inside 1, 2 is created inside 1. Clear screen. ls minus f. So now you are in the Ubuntu directory. You are in the Ubuntu directory. Now to go back to the root directory, cd dot 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 means previous parent directory. Parent of Ubuntu is CentOS. cd dot dot means it will take to the parent directory. Now here you can observe that it is a CentOS. Now you are in the CentOS directory, or you can type just that pwd. So now you can see that you are inside /root /Red Hat /CentOS. Now if you want to go to Red Hat again, so cd change directory dot dot. After cd you have to give space and dot dot. It will take to the Red Hat directory. Now you can observe that here it is a Red Hat. You are in the Red Hat directory, or just type pwd print working directory. Now you are in /root /Red Hat. Now you type that ls. So what are the contents of Red Hat? Red Hat is containing CentOS. Again, if you want to go to the parent directory, again type cd dot dot. Now you are in the parent directory root. You can type pwd. Now you are in the root ls. So these are the contents of the root. So if you want to create bulk directories and subdirectories, now use this -p option. mkdir -p 1/2/3. Here in this example, I have created as Red Hat /CentOS /Ubuntu. So Red Hat directory is containing. Now you can see that ls minus l Red Hat. So Red Hat is containing CentOS. So it is a directory D. Red Hat is containing CentOS. Now if you want to see what is CentOS from here only, from the root directory, now here you can give CentOS ls minus l Red Hat /CentOS. What CentOS is containing? CentOS is containing Ubuntu directory. Now here you can see, observe this first letter. First letter is D. D represents it's a directory. Now if you want to see what is inside Ubuntu from the root directory itself, now ls minus l Red Hat CentOS Ubuntu. Now total 0. So no files are there inside the Ubuntu directory. So now here there is a Red Hat. So if I type ls, here there is a Red Hat. So here I have seen that ls minus l Red Hat is containing CentOS. If you want to see from the root directory itself, you have to give the full path ls minus l Red Hat /CentOS. Now CentOS is containing Ubuntu. Now if I want to see inside the Ubuntu, now I have to give the full path here. Red Hat /CentOS /Ubuntu. Now it is showing that there are no files are there. Total 0 files are there. Now you can't directly give ls minus l CentOS. CentOS, because CentOS is not the directory inside the root. So here you can see that cannot access CentOS, no such file or directory. Just type ls. So here CentOS is not present. CentOS is present inside the Red Hat directory. To see the contents of CentOS directory, here you need to type ls-l Red Hat, then CentOS. Then you will get the contents, directory contents of CentOS. CentOS is containing Ubuntu. So if you want to see the subdirectory details, you have to give the full this path Red Hat slash CentOS slash ls-l. If you want to see the contents of this directory CentOS, you have to give this path. You cannot directly give here ls-l CentOS because root directory is not containing the CentOS directory. Now presently we are in the root pwd. So root is not containing CentOS. Root is containing Red Hat. So to see the contents of CentOS, you have to give this path. This is ls-l Red Hat. Inside Red Hat, I want to see the contents of CentOS. The CentOS contents are Ubuntu. Ubuntu is present inside the CentOS. CentOS. Now clear the screen. Now I will enter into Red Hat again. Red Hat. I will enter into CentOS again. Now I will enter into Ubuntu again. Now here I will create some files. Touch a b c dot txt. Here I have created one file ls. So Ubuntu directory is containing one file ls. abc dot txt file. Now I will go to the root directory. Root directory. How I will go? cd dot dot. Now you are in CentOS. cd dot dot. You are in the Red Hat now. cd dot dot. Now you are in the root. You are in the root now. pwd. You are in the root. Now I want to see the contents of Ubuntu. Contents of Ubuntu. What Ubuntu is containing? Ubuntu is containing abc.txt. Just now I have created the file. Now from root folder, if you want to see the contents of the Ubuntu directory, type ls-l Red Hat CentOS Ubuntu. Now what it is showing? It is showing that abc.txt file. abc.txt file. So Ubuntu is the subdirectory of CentOS. CentOS is the subdirectory of Red Hat. Red Hat is the subdirectory of root/root. So you can create bulk directories and subdirectories by using the -p option. Right side you can see that mkdir -p 1 2 3. So 3 is the subdirectory of 2, 2 is the subdirectory of 1. Now removing the directory. RMDIR, remove empty directories. Man RMDIR. So remove empty directories. This is the manual page. Man means manual page. Remove the empty directory. Quit. Now ls. So these are the directories. Now what is the definition for RMDIR? Remove empty directories. Empty directories means the directory should be empty. It should not contain any files. Now here I want to delete Red Hat. Red Hat is not empty, right? So I have to get error RMDIR Red Hat, because Red Hat is containing CentOS. CentOS is containing Ubuntu. Ubuntu is containing abc.txt. So here I cannot delete Red Hat. So here you can see that fail to remove. Red Hat directory is not empty because Red Hat is containing CentOS directory. CentOS directory. Now I will create an empty directory now. mkdir sample. Now ls. Now here you can see that one directory by name sample. Here sample is created. The directory is empty. Now you can see that ls-l sample. So total 0. So there are no files in this directory. Now I want to delete this sample directory. So rmdir sample. Now you can see the contents ls. So there is no directory by name sample. Sample is deleted. Sample is deleted. So here to remove the empty directories, we use the command rmdir. Rmdir. So sample is present here ls. In this root directory sample I have created mkdir sample. Here I had executed rmdir sample. So sample will be deleted. Now clear the screen. ls. Now I will create one more directory, example directory ls. Now you can see that there is one directory will be created by name example. So now I want to see what are the contents of example. ls minus l example. Now ls minus l example here it is showing the total 0 files are there. No files are present inside the example. Now I will execute rmdir command. Rmdir, remove the directory. Which directory? Example directory. Enter. Now no error is there because example is already empty. Now type ls. Now you can see that example directory is deleted. Example directory is deleted. Now abcdef, this is directory. So now we shall see what are the contents of abcdef. ls minus l abcdef. Now it is containing these many files and one directory by name 1. Now if I want to delete rmdir abcdef, I cannot delete because it is not empty. I will get the error. Directory is not empty. Failed to remove abcdef. So rmdir is used to delete only remove empty directories. Empty directories. Now if you want to remove directories which is containing the files also, then we are using the rm minus r option. Rm minus r. Using the minus r option allows the commands to descend into the directory, remove the files, and then remove the directory itself. So I'll clear the screen. So ls. So I'm in the root now. Now I want to delete Red Hat. ls minus l Red Hat. So Red Hat is containing CentOS. rmdir. If I directly use rmdir Red Hat, I cannot delete because Red Hat is not empty. Red Hat is containing one folder by name CentOS. But I want to delete Red Hat directory. So if you want to delete Red Hat directory which is containing some directories or files, then I have to use the rm command, rm minus r. So using the minus r option allows the command to descend into the directory, remove the files, and then remove the directory itself. So rm minus r, one directory I had given here. Here I want to delete Red Hat, Red Hat. See here, everybody, here already Red Hat is present. Now I want to delete Red Hat now. Red Hat is containing CentOS. Now if I use just rmdir, it is not deleting because directory is not empty. Rmdir is used to delete only the empty directories. But I want to delete that directory Red Hat. Now I have changed the command to rm minus r. rm minus r Red Hat. Now descend into the directory Red Hat. No, yes. Y means yes. Now descend into the directory CentOS because CentOS. Why? Yes. Now CentOS is containing Ubuntu. Descend into Ubuntu. Yes. Now Ubuntu is containing abc.txt. Do you want to remove abc.txt? Yes. Remove directory now. Here you can observe that remove regular empty file. Yes. So file is removed. Now remove directory Ubuntu. Yes. Remove directory CentOS. Yes. Remove directory Red Hat. Yes. Now type ls. So now you can observe that there is no directory by name Red Hat. Red Hat is being removed. By using this command rm minus r Red Hat. Rm minus r Red Hat. Now ls minus l Red Hat. Now you are seeing that cannot access Red Hat. No such file or directory because it is deleted. There is no file by name Red Hat. Red Hat. So to delete the directory which is containing some files, then we are using the rm command, rm minus r, rm minus r, ls. Now I want to delete a, the file name by a. So if you want to delete a file, just a file, a file you are using rma. So you want to remove that file a, yes. Now ls, there is no file by name a now. A is deleted. So if you are not using any option with rm, it will delete only the file. It will not delete the directory. It will not delete the directory. Now rm one dir. So rm 1 dir. So here rm I am giving no options and I am typing the directory name. Now cannot remove directory. So if you use just rm, rm will delete the files, delete the normal files, but rm is not used to delete the directory if you don't give any options. Any options. If you want to delete a directory with rm command, then you have to use minus r, one directory. Now remove directory one directory, yes, ls. Now you can see that one directory is removed. one directory is removed. I want to remove Linux, rm minus r. If I don't give minus r, the Linux directory will not be deleted because I have given only rm. Rm deletes only the files. So if I want to delete Linux, rm minus r, then type the directory name. So here it is giving warning, remove directory Linux, yes or no? Yes, y means yes. Now type ls. So here Linux directory is present, here Linux directory is not showing because Linux directory is deleted. Now you can see ls minus l, Linux. So no such file, cannot access Linux, no such file or directory because the directory is deleted by using rm minus r command. Rm minus r command. Next. So cat command, concatenate files and print on the standard output. Man, cat. So here you can see that the man concatenate files and print on the standard output. Standard output is monitor. Now ls. So these are the contents of root directory. Root directory. Now I will create one file. There is already one file. I'll create one file, touch example1.txt. Example1.txt. Now ls. So here one file is created, ex1.txt. ex1.txt. Now I want to enter some contents into this text file. Into this text file. So what I will do is vi ex1.txt. So vi is an editor. So we'll be discussing in detail about vi later. vi is an editor. For time being, you remember that vi is an editor. So vi command I'm using to open the ex1.txt, press enter. Now here I'm pressing I. It will be having two modes, command mode and insert mode. If I press I, then it will change to insert. Now here you can observe that below it will change to insert now. Insert. If I press I, then only I can enter the. So I have created these two files. ls. These two files I have created, ex1.txt and ex2.txt. So to see the contents of ex1.txt, cat ex1.txt. So ex1.txt is containing programming for problem solving, data structures and algorithms. Now to see the contents of ex2.txt, ex2.txt. ex2.txt is containing operating system, compiler design, programming logics and coding. Now what this cat command tells? concatenate files and print onto the output screen. Now cat ex1.txt, ex2.txt. I am giving two files at the same time. So what it will display? It will display the contents of two files, programming for problem solving, data structures and algorithms. Now second file contains operating system, compiler design, programming logics, coding. So here first I had given ex1.txt. ex1.txt contents are displayed first. Later ex2.txt contents are displayed. Now I will give reverse now. Cat ex2.txt, ex1.txt. Now you can see that first ex2 contents are displayed, operating system, compiler design, programming logics and coding. So cat command concatenate files and prints on the standard output. Standard output is monitor. So here the contents of these two files are displayed. Now cat ex1.txt, ex2.txt. Now I am giving greater. I am giving merge.txt. Now here it is not displayed now. Now the contents of these two files are stored in merge.txt. Now cat. Now you can see that ls. Now you can see here a text is created, the text file merge.txt. So what are the contents of merge.txt is cat merge.txt. Now you can see that programming for problem solving, data structures, algorithms, operating system, compiler design. So if you give greater symbol, then the output of this command is stored into this merge.txt. The output is stored inside the file now. If you don't give greater symbol, then the output is displayed onto the standard output. Concatenate files and prints on the standard output. If you don't give this greater symbol, I'll clear. Cat ex1, ex2. So now the output is displayed onto the monitor. If you give here greater symbol and you give the file name combine.txt file, combine.txt. Now I will give here ex2 first, then 1. Now ls. Now here you can see that combine.txt file will be created. ls minus l. So combine.txt. Here it is a combine.txt is created. Now how I had given cat ex2.txt, ex1.txt. What two is containing of these two? It is containing ex2 file is containing operating system, compiler design, programming logics and coding. Then ex1 is containing programming for problem solving, data structures and algorithms. Now the first contents will be this one. Next appended with this ex1 contents. Now I will show you the contents of combine.txt. Cat combine.txt. So operating system, compiler design, programming logic. Now cat merge.txt. Merge. In merge I had given ex1 and ex2. Now you can see reverse. So this is about the merge. This is about the merge output, merge.txt output. This is about the combine.txt. So it will concatenate the files. If you give greater symbol, the output is redirected to the new file. The new file is given after greater symbol. Clear? Now ls. I will create one more file. Vi touch ex3.txt. Now ls. Now you can observe here ex3 will be created. ex3.txt. Now I will enter some contents. Vi ex3.txt. Now I will take to insert. We will discuss in detail about vi editor later. I You are in the insert mode. Now I am entering some contents. Image processing, data science, machine learning. So I have given some details in this file. Escape colon WQ, write and quit. Now cat ex3 dot text. So these are the contents of this file cat. If I give only one file, it will display that content. If I give two files, it will display two file contents. If you give three files, it will display three file contents. Now I will show ex1.txt, ex2.txt, ex3.txt. Now it will be displaying the three contents file. This is file 1, this is file 2, and this is file 3. This is file 3. Now this is displayed onto the output screen, standard output. Standard output is monitor. Now if you want to store the contents into some other file, then you have to give cat ex3.txt, ex2.txt, ex1.txt greater. I will give 3.txt. 3. So I want to store the contents of ex3.txt, ex2.txt, and ex1.txt into a new file by name 3.txt. Enter. Now you can see that ls here 3.txt is created. 3.txt. Now to see the contents, cat 3.txt. Now you can observe that image processing, these are the contents of ex3. Then operating system compilers and coding, these are the contents of ex2. Then programming for problem solving, data structures and algorithm, these are the contents of ex1.txt. So these are appended to 3.txt. This is newly created. If you not give greater symbol, the output is displayed onto the monitor, onto the standard output. If you give greater symbol along with the file name, it will concatenate the contents of the file and it will store into this 3.txt file. So cat is used to concatenate file and print on the standard output if you don't give this greater symbol. Now CP, clear screen, man CP. So copy files and directories. Copy files and directories. Copy files and directories. Q, quit. Quit. Now, what are the contents of ex3.txt? So these are the contents. Now I want to copy the contents of this file ex3.txt into some other file. So what I will give the command cp ex3.txt, the source file. Now you have to give the destination file. What I will give the destination file is copy ex3.txt. This is the file name I am giving. Copy ex3.txt. This is the new file name. It will be created, and it will be having the contents of ex3.txt. Now enter. Now ls. Now you can observe here that there is a file by name copy ex3.txt. Now you can see the contents of that file cat copy ex3.txt. Now the contents of ex3.txt are copied into copy ex3.txt. These are the contents. So cp is used to copy the files and directories. Copy the files and directories. Now ls I will create one directory mkdir abcd. Now ls. So now you can see that there is a directory by name abcd. Now what I will do is I want to copy this one ex3.txt into ABCD directory. So what I will do is ABCD is one directory. ABCD is directory. ABCD. Now here I will give the file name. File name is copy.txt. Copy.txt. Now the contents of ex3.txt will be copied into copy.txt. Where copy.txt will be created? Copy.txt will be created inside this ABCD directory. Now enter. Now where I am? PWD. I am in the root directory. Now I will enter into the ABCD directory. Now ABCD. Now what ABCD is containing? ABCD is containing copy.txt. Copy.txt. What are the contents of copy.txt? Cat copy.txt. Now it is containing image processing, data science, and machine learning. So these are the contents, original contents present in ex3.txt. Now the contents are copied into a new file by name copy.txt inside this directory. Inside this directory. So CP is used for copying the files and directories. So MV command. Clear the screen. Man MV. Move or rename files. So move or rename files. Q, quit. So ls. So what is the name of the file? The name of the file is copy.txt. I want to rename this one to. So here mv move copy.txt. I want to rename this file as example sample.txt. Sample.txt. Now ls. Now there is no file by name copy.txt. It has been renamed by sample.txt. Sample.txt. Now you can see the contents of sample.txt. The contents will not change. Only the file name is renamed. Earlier it is copy. Now it is changed to sample. Now if you want to change again sample to some other name, sample.txt as example.txt. Press enter. Now type ls. Now it is containing example.txt. Now there is no file by name sample.txt. Sample.txt is renamed by example.txt. To see the contents of this example.txt, cat example. Now presently I am in the ABC directory pwd. Now I will go back. Go back means cd parent directory. Now I am in the parent directory, root directory, /root. What is root? Root is containing these many files it is containing. Now what I will do is I will move now. I will move this file ex3.txt file into this directory, ABCD directory. I will move entirely. I will move now. MV ex3.txt ABCD / ABCD is a directory. Now I want to move ex3 to this directory. It is not renaming now. It is entirely moving now. Enter. Now you type ls. Now you can see that there is no file by name ex3.txt. ex3.txt will be moved to this directory now. Move to this directory. Now you can enter this directory ls minus f ls minus l abcd. So now you can see that ABCD is containing ex3.txt. Clear the screen. ls minus l abcd. What ABCD is containing? ABCD is containing ex3.txt now. Now if you just type ls, now here ex3 file is not present. It has been moved to this directory. It has moved into ABCD directory. Now here ex1 is there. I will move this one now. MV ex1.txt into ABCD directory. Enter. ls. Now you can see that there is no file by name ex1.txt. It is moved now. Where it is moved? It is moved inside the ABCD directory. So here you can observe that it is containing ex1 ex3 and example. Earlier it is containing ex3 and example. Now it is containing ex1, ex3 and example. Now once again I will move that ex2. Now I will move. I will move from the root directory. Move ex2.txt to abcd directory. Enter. Now ls. Now you can observe that there is no file by name ex1.txt. It has been moved. Now I want to see the contents of this directory abcd. ls minus l abcd. So now you can see that it is containing ex1, ex2, ex3 as well as example.txt. So what is MV? MV is used to move or rename files. Move or rename files. Clear? ls. Now it is containing these files, like for example combine.txt. So here mv combine.txt, if I give here only another name, then that name will be renamed. Combine will be renamed with a new name. If you are giving any directory, then the combine.txt will be moved into new directory. So here it is performing two operations, man mv. So move or rename files. So if you are in the same directory, it will be renamed. If you are moving into another directory, then it will be, the file will be moved into that directory. If you are in this file only, so here move combine.txt, I want to give this one some name aaa.txt. Now combine will be replaced by aaa.txt. Now you can see that aaa.txt, there is no file by name combine.txt, it is renamed now. Now if you want to move this aaa.txt into another directory, then this aaa.txt is not present now. It is moved now. It is moved into this directory ls minus l abcd. Now here you can see that the file is came here aaa.txt. aaa.txt. To see the contents of aaa.txt, cat abcd/aaa.txt. Now you can observe that this is the combined file. ex1 and ex2 we have stored earlier as combine.txt. Again we have renamed this one as aaa.txt. Later we have moved to abcd directory. To see the contents of ex1, cat, where is ex1? ex1 is inside the directory abcd, ex1.txt. Now you can see this one. If you want to see ex3.txt, now it is present inside this directory. If you directly give cat ex3.txt, now ex3.txt is not present in the root directory, no such file, because you have moved to inside abcd directory. So this is about the move command. So today I will stop here only. So tomorrow we will continue with the remaining commands.